Previously on part 3. I think it's time to get rolling here, boys. Let's get started with the Cleveland Sevens with our very first year 1 NHL entry draft. Let's see if he is going to be low top 6. Okay, that's not bad. But that's what our team looks like. Not bad. Obviously, hopefully, the more we scout, the better our team will actually turn out to be. We got to do a much better job of scouting our players, that's for damn sure. But overall, not a terrible draft, not the best draft either. We didn't manage to get a crazy good player from that draft, but now we'll get to move into the boring stuff of franchise mode, which is the re-sign stage. Nobody really got crazy overalls. We're just getting like little 1 and 2 overall jumps here with a little bit of our players. So I'm expecting maybe a replicable record as to last year. Hey guys, what is going on today? Bojo here, back for episode number 4 of our 7th round pick only franchise mode following the Cleveland Sevens. So I know it's been a while, guys, since we've actually had an episode on this series. Don't worry, I didn't forget about it. Just blame the team of the year hype that we've been having for the past couple of weeks. But I'm hoping to get back and rolling with this series. Make sure you guys leave a like down below if you're excited to see this series return once again. And I'm opting for no face cam in this video just because, honestly, I really just don't feel like showing the face cam today. I've had those people that say they like the face cam in franchise modes, and I have other people that say they don't like it. So you guys can let me know. Do you like face cams or not in the franchise mode videos? Some people say they like it. Some people say it takes away from the screen since they can't see everything stat-wise on franchise mode. So fair be it. Whatever you guys want, we'll move forward with it. But we are here at the beginning of year number 2 with our team. I believe last episode I went and edited up our lines for the year number 2 beginning. And I believe I also made one trade during off camera here, which I think I'll show you guys right here. Yes, I did. So I went and upgraded one defenseman. I ended up trading Peter Hansen and a 4th round pick to the San Jose Sharks and acquired Jacob Middleton. So I believe he is now our defenseman on the NHL team. So we pretty much just did a flip-flop of players right there on the NHL and AHL team. So I think he's on right there. Yes, he is. Top 6 pair right there for our NHL team. So Jacob Middleton, I went and got a defensive defenseman. He's only 22, so not too bad. His defensive category is pretty good. I feel like we needed some more defensive defensemen on our team since we have like all 2-ways and like offensive guys and a couple 2-ways. So getting another defensive defenseman on this team along with Victor Lube is nice. So he'll be down there on the bottom pair, and Nutavara and Juice are still gonna roll with it. But in case you guys missed it, here's our lineup once again after all the overall increases. Plot, Dzingel, Kashe, Johnson, Holmstrom, Janssen. It is Janssen. I looked it up. It's Andreas Janssen. Janssen, Holmstrom, and Olofsson, Watson, Barron, Ronning, and Thurkoff, Abels, and Sokolov are going to be our main stars in the NHL. And then AHL, once again, Korostelov, McKenzie, Blakefield, Verda, Lawrence, Perron, Dahlstrom, De Gennaro, Soy, Sevingston, Glotov, and McKenzie on offense. Defensively, Reedcop and Burrows, Niku, Rassinen, Bruce, Tate Olson. Goaltenders for each team, Forsberg and Sparks in the NHL, Langhammer and Jovanin for the AHL. So everything still looks relatively the same as year number 1. Obviously, we're just trying to grind through these first couple of years, make the team get those upgrades that they need so that they can start becoming a very, very competitive team here in the NHL. But we're ready to get rolling here. I feel like I'm going to take it all the way to the trade deadline in this video. Honestly, the way our team is playing, there's really no need to like stop 2 months in and check the stats. Unless the team miraculously becomes good, I don't see any reason to stop. So we'll just go all the way to pretty much like the trade deadline, and we'll see how the team is performing up until then. I'll continue to do my scouting as per usual, and hopefully we will have some good luck here in year number 2. Hopefully increase on our win total. So I'll see you guys at the trade deadline. Okay, guys, I just decided to go all the way through to the end of the regular season. Didn't really see a point to stop since we know we weren't going to be making the playoffs, and I just decided to make the executive decision and end off the season there in one full sweep. And the good news is we did do better than the previous year. Last year we finished 18, 55, and 9. This year we ended up finishing 26, 49, and 7 for a total of 59 points, which is how many wins? That is 8 more wins than last year. We didn't have as many regulation losses, obviously, and 2 less overtime losses, but a 14-point increase from last year. So that's always a very, very positive gain. And also Andre Palat, who was once again our main point getter for this year, he also got a lot more points he did this year than the previous year as well. So let's go dive into those point totals, shall we? Actually, AHL ended up finishing, I think, a little bit better as well, since the AHL pretty much had the same record as we did last year. AHL ended up finishing 29, 43, and 10 for 68 points, so they all as well had a much, much better year. We're only a few points away from like the worst team. They actually weren't the worst team in the AHL, to be perfectly surprised. Springfield Thunderbirds had a worse year than they did, so our AHL team was not the worst in the AHL by far. So let's take a look at the point totals for our NHL team though. For forwards, Palat finished with 74 points, 21 goals is not bad. Dzingel with 57, 26 goals. Cachet with 57 points as well. Olofsson with 31, that could be a little bit higher. Holmstrom with 30, Janssen with 24, Barron with 20. He's already up to a 75 overall, so he's actually getting a very, very nice boosts right now. Tyrone with 18 points, Abel 17, Thurkov 17, Sokolov 16, and Spencer Watson with 15. Defenseman, Christian Juice with 19, Nutavaro with 15, Louvre 9, Uyghur 5, Roy with 4, and Middleton with 3. Those plus minuses on defense, not the greatest. Goaltenders though, Anton Forsberg had a lot of games played this year. 24 wins, 40 losses, 6 overtime losses, 4 shutouts for Forsberg though. That's pretty impressive to say the least, especially with that defensive core. Garrett Sparks went 2-9-1. Save percentage under .89, not really good. Goals against averages 3.16 for Forsberg, 3.98 for Sparks. That's not great for Sparks at all. 1 assist for Forsberg, and that's how the stats for our NHL team look. Nikita Korostelov led our team, 64 points. Tyler Soy with 51. McKenzie 44. Blakefield, Lorentz. Yep, so a lot of guys near like upper 30s. Rasnin 14 points. First defenseman, actually Burrows was up there. First defenseman 25 points. That's where everybody else ranks. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. I wanted to check the goaltender stats. For these guys, Langhammer 23, 34, and 9. Juvenin 6, 10, and 1. Their save percentages are above 9. 4 total shutouts for them. Langhammer with 3 of his own. Their goals against averages were under 3, so not bad there for the AHL guys. And Langhammer with 2 assists. Alright, so we have seen some upgrades for our NHL team for sure. Travis Barron really seems to be improving a lot, trying to definitely bolster up into that second line role. I think he actually might be on our second line at this point in time, but he's actually looking really, really good for us. And you know what? I think we are good to go. Let's just keep advancing days here, keep doing our scouting till we get to the draft, and I'll check our scouting reports. Okay, so we got through the year number 2 playoffs, and as you guys can see, it was a Edmonton Oilers Columbus Blue Jackets final here in year number 2, and Edmonton ended up winning in a game number 7. So it was actually a pretty interesting series there. Columbus had a pretty interesting round to the finals. They swept the Sens in the Eastern Conference Finals. They got through Pittsburgh as well in a 7-game series there in round number 1. Then they really didn't face another 7 games until the Stanley Cup Finals. So Connor McDavid in year number 2 wins his very first Stanley Cup. And we'll take a look at the awards to end off year number 2 here before we go diving into the scouting reports of our squad. So Edmonton won the Stanley Cup. President's Trophy went to the Capitals for the 4th year in a row. Francis Campbell, obviously Edmonton versus Columbus. And then we'll take a look at the individual player awards. So the Art Ross went to Alexander Barkov with the most points. So interesting. Hart Memorial, Barkov. Shane Gostisbehere won to James Norris. Lady Bing went to Tarasenko. Calder, Tyson Jost. Conn Smythe went to Cam Talbot. Vezina, Braden Holtby. William Jennings, Sergei Bobrovsky. Bill Masterton. Hey, Mackenzie Weegar and Marcus Nutavara back-to-back years. Somebody from our team has won the Bill Masterton Trophy. So that exemplifies the qualities of perseverance, sportsmanship, and dedication to hockey. So through the thick and thin, these two guys have won back-to-back years the Bill Masterton Trophy. So there we go. Nutavara and now Mackenzie Weegar wins the Bill Masterton Trophy this year. Good job. Frank J. Selke went to Connor McDavid. Wow, best defensive forward. Interesting. Barkov wins the Ted Lindsay. Ovi won the Maurice Richard. Not bad. AHL, let's see. Toronto Marlies, back-to-back years win the Calder. Let's see if we got any player awards for our team. Let's see. RJ Umberger. Wow. Imagine. Gabriel Bork, Sundqvist. It's not R. Johnson. Jake Bean. Aaron Dell. McElhaney. Brooks. Lajolie. And Michael Hutchinson. So no player awards for our team there in the AHL, unfortunately. But we are good to go with the squad rolling hopefully into year number 3 and the NHL draft. So let's go take a look at our progress reports for this past season and take a look at the squad and let's see how good they're doing. So that's good for Andre Palat. He's up to an 86 overall now. I think it was 84 to start the year. So let's just do each player individually. We'll look at each position individually. So Dzingel is up to a 79. I believe he should have some natural growth and statistical growth. Yep, so he's getting better in his speed stats. Physicality got a little bit better as well. Shooting got better. So yeah, he's definitely still upgrading. He's up to an 80 overall right now. He started at 79, so he's up to an 80 at 27 years old, which is not bad. Travis Barron had himself a very good year. He started the year at a 71. He's already up to a 76 overall. So this guy is definitely very much transitioning in the right direction for our team. Skating is already pretty wickedly fast. He's got low 90s for his speed stats. His physicality, I would like to get that a little bit better as a two-way forward. You definitely want to see him get on the physical side of things. Defense needs to get a little bit better too. 71 faceoffs is not bad. He's got a nice hard shot, not accurate, but his slap shot is pretty accurate to say the least. He doesn't have a good wrist shot, but he does have a wicked slap shot, which is nice. Discipline, he's a very disciplined player too. He doesn't look like he takes penalties. He's not really much of a deker at all, but you get on the puck, he'll wire a slap shot, and he'll be maybe getting some goals here and there. So very good year for Travis Barron for sure. What did he do this year for us? He had 20 points. Okay, this was his first NHL season, right? Yeah, he didn't play. He played AHL time for us last year. So, or was he in juniors last year? I think he might have been juniors because he didn't play the previous season. And it would show his AHL stats. So yeah, this was the first season for him. Not bad, 20 points. And he is looking in the right direction for sure. We'll keep an eye on him. Axel Holmstrom, he's up to a 74, started the year 71, so he's getting some growth as well, which is nice. He's a playmaker, so we wanted to take a look at his puck skills category. It's working there. It's working. Low 80s. Hopefully that continues to increase a little bit. Rodrigo Abels is up to a 73 now, which is good. He's also a power forward, so we want to look at his defensive category. Physicality, yeah, he's very much a physical player. 89 strength, which is really nice. Defensively, he's getting up there, high 70s. Hopefully that'll get into the 80s soon, maybe at the end of the year with the overall increase. Sokolov went up to a 72, so hopefully that low top 9 potential will be able to get us a nice upgrade there. A 6 in the offensive awareness category, so he's once again a very disciplined player. A lot of our team seems to be very, very disciplined, which is nice. I like to see that very, very much so. Defensive category needs to get a little bit better. Block some shots out there, Dimitri. You got 69 overall for blocking shots. And Calvin Thurkoff went up to a 71, so he grew a couple overalls as well. So a bunch of these guys are growing little bit by little bit. But Travis Barron definitely had, I think, the biggest upgrade this year, going from a 71 to a 76. So hopefully he might hit 80 overall by next year. I would like to see that. He's only 20 years old too, so he's definitely on the right track. Let's see, Palat, like I said, he grew up to an 86 overall this year, which is really, really nice. And he was only 28 years old as well, so I think that like 74-point season, yeah, it was the statistical growth. The good year that Palat had really helped him increase his overall. So he went from an 84 to an 86 just from putting up a 74-point season. And to be honest, his line mates really weren't anything all too spectacular. Very, very surprised that he had the year that he had with putting up 74 points, which is pretty crazy. He only put up 57 the previous year, and he put up 74 this year. So he was a workhorse right there on the first line. So thank you for putting in the work, Andre. I appreciate that. And Johnson really didn't. Janssen, I keep saying Johnson. Janssen didn't really improve all too much. Only grew up by 1. I don't think he's gonna really increase all too much, so he might be trade bait in the future. Hopefully some team drafts a beauty in the 7th round and we can maybe end up trading him. Alright, Kashe grew 1. He's up to an 80. Obviously, he still has a lot of time left. He's still got 3 more years of getting better. He didn't have the greatest year on the first line, right? Did he have 50 points? He had 57 points. I mean, I was hoping he would have had a nice little increase like Palat did, but unfortunately not. He's a sniper, so I mean he's supposed to put up goals. Victor Olofsson's up to a 78 now, which is good to see. Very good year from him for statistical wise. We gotta watch that second line with Barron and Olofsson. I think these 2 guys could really end up improving very well for our team. So definitely got to keep an eye on these 2 guys for sure. What's his stats looking like? Upper 80s for puck skills as a sniper, which is nice. It's always nice to have a sniper that can move the puck around really well. What's his shot like? See, he doesn't have that great of a shot. His wrist shot's good. Slap shot's not too great. He's not a defensive player as a sniper, obviously. What did he do this year? He only had 31 points. Yeah, 12 goals, 19 assists. Yeah, better year the previous year. Spencer Watson's up to a 71 now. Nikita Korostelov had a lot of increases right there. 23 overall modification points, up to a 71 now. So he might be able to crack the NHL lineup. 10 points in his strength, so that's a really good physical increase from them. Stick checking got a lot better, so good. Got better on the defensive side of things. Shot got better. Getting a much harder shot, it seems. It's good. He's a sniper, so we want to get that shot better. Ty Ronning, I've seen in other people's GM modes that Ty Ronning has gotten like really good by like year number 2, but for our situation doesn't seem to be growing all too much. It looks like Korostelov easily passed him, and he might be able to take his spot on the NHL roster next year. So Korostelov should be able to be on the NHL team next year. And then defensively, nobody's growing defensively. No. Not the case here. We gotta see what this team, what we can do defensively for this team to help them out, because they're not increasing all too much. They got like 1 stat modification. Yeah, 1 stat modification for these guys. For all of them. Roy had the 2, but yeah, that's not what I'm looking for our defense. Our defense needs to get better like quick. Forsberg went up to a 79, so he had the decent year. Probably those 4 shutouts really helped him out. Nothing really too crazy there. Sparks didn't do anything because Sparks has not been playing well for us. And then we'll take a look at the AHL in the system. Let's just see. Niku, okay, he's up to a 70. McKenzie's up to a 70. Let's see. Ben Jones up to a 70. So that junior year. So a lot of the people who were in junior got some good increases to their stats, which is nice. Recap 69, nice. A lot of these guys are 69 overall. Juvenin didn't grow too much. Tyler Soy grew. Rastanen grew a couple more points again. McKenzie, good. Lawrence, yeah, a bunch of these guys are getting some decently overall boosts, which is good. Anybody else have a really big year? Wally Walter-Holmes, I think he sat on the bench. Yeah, look at all these guys just like sitting on the bench. Wally Walter-Holmes for 20 points just sitting on the bench, so he's up to a 62 now. Might be serviceable. Clark, probably junior. Chuck Clark. Bunch of these guys are also draft picks as well. Zachary Trott, he grew up to a 50. Or actually, yeah, 50 overall from the 49. Oh, but he had 12 stats modified. That's interesting. Mrazov, yeah, a bunch of these guys are our draft picks down here in the low end, so they definitely grew as well, just from, you know, just from being drafted, playing on their junior teams, which is nice. And then goaltenders, let's see, Dylan Ferguson still taking a good old time. That Bennington guy we drafted taking a good old time. But our NHL players, some NHL players are definitely increasing in the right ways, which is what I would like to see. So, that's going to do it for this episode, I think, boys. Kind of short-ish, to say the least. We're going to go into our second draft in the next episode, and hopefully this time we'll have some more luck in that 7th round. I'll do some scouting, I'll pin some players who I think might look interesting for our team. Other than that, thank you guys for watching. If you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe as always. Let me know, face cam or no face cam, for the next episode. Let me know down below. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.